Welcome to 108 Gate, where we're doing a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine reading. There are a lot of amazing energies right now, twisting, swirling, unraveling. So I hope you're able to utilize these energies for your benefit. And in light of that, I am doing a 40-day self-awareness or observation kind of thing. So it is in correlation with the timing of Lent, but it's not necessarily a religious or that kind of vibe. It's just more to do with giving up, if you want to go that way, giving up, letting things go by, giving up just going through things for the sake of going through things, instead of actually stopping and taking those times to stop and being aware of when do I need to take more of a time to just acknowledge this moment. When do I need to take more time to just acknowledge this thought, this observation? And the thing is, what I'm noticing is what comes up is like, is this just like, it's the normal stuff that we talk about, it's the normal stuff that we hear over and over again, but it's reflecting that opportunity to just go a bit deeper, just go and look at it from where you're seeing it now. Yes, we may have had those conversations time and time again, but the thing is, when you're coming at it from a year later, 2 years later, 6 months later, how the perspective and perceptions have changed so much, it really is quite invigorating on some level. So letting that be the new point of reference, letting that be the new point from which you're working from and building from. So that's the intention of that. Please do join me if you want. I think we're on day 6. The posts are kind of coming in and out sporadically, so it should be on. We should be on day 6 today. But like I said, there's some things that are uploading at different times, so we are on day 6 as I'm the time of doing this. Anyway, we're doing the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine reading right now. Devotion. And, oh, does it want to shift? Longevity. So, feeling that vibe of you're devoting yourself to something, but now it's like I've been saying about the 40 days. Please do join me if you wish to. It's in the community space, so you'll see the posts go up there. It's usually with a photo and then a little blurb of what's going on. The devotion that we have been showing to certain things is coming up as challenged now. We are wondering, why have we spent so much time doing certain things? Why have we spent so much time committing to this? Which is interesting, because usually the energy has been coming up as, I've been doing this for so long, I'm just going to keep going. But now it's flipping on itself. This is why I'm doing the 40 days, focusing on self-awareness and observation, and making sure we're taking that time to really reassess, where has the shift and change occurred? Where has the evolution occurred? Has there been an evolution or shift and change? Does there need to be, or are we good where we're at? Taking that time to make that a judgment of self, and in a compassionate way, in a loving way, in an accepting way, more of a objective way than subjective. So looking up to the stars, when we're devoting ourselves to something, we want to make sure that we're elevating ourselves, that we're seeing ourselves from a higher perspective, or seeing to where we can go, rather than limiting ourselves or restricting ourselves. So this is coming in with the 5 of Swords here and there, that we haven't possibly been doing that. So we may have been going into the energy of, I've been doing this for so long, I'm not going to shift and change it now. Or there are examples around you, you know what, I'm too old for this, I'm just going to keep going now. I don't know why it's coming in, but who is coming in for. But I can hear someone saying, I'm too old now, I'm going to die soon anyway, so just keep going, just don't rock the boat, don't create hassle for me, and just let me keep going the way I'm going. I don't know who that's for, but it felt like it was a very definite voice, definite sentence coming in. So coming back to the reading, those shifts and changes that we weren't making because we've already devoted so much time, energy and effort into things are now coming under scrutiny, are now coming to your attention, that this isn't going to be great for the longevity of things, this isn't going to be good for the long term. So if I do want a good long-term plan, I do want a good trajectory for the long term, I need to start identifying now what needs to be changed, I need to identify what I've thought in the past that I might want to change this, I might want to change that, but I didn't take the steps to do that, and start actually taking the steps to making those changes because it's necessary, because it's required, and because what else should I be doing? If I keep going in this direction and 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I'm still doing the same thing, how am I going to feel? So in making those shifts and changes, you've got a better chance in your emotional state to have fulfillment, to have a victory that you've wanted, having that victory that you're beginning to feel more so that you're worthy of. You're beginning to see more so the evidence that you're worthy of having higher good. You're worthy of having those things that are beneficial for you. So the judgment is shifting and changing. As you commit to it, it commits to you. It's like magnets. It's like the you send out a certain message, you get a certain response. If you're sending out the message of, I can do this, I can manage this, I'm aware of my worthiness of this, therefore you shall receive. And it is coming in that way. Sometimes it doesn't come in as simply as it possibly could now. And this is why I'm saying the 40 days, I don't know if it's a challenge, it's more to do with observation and self-awareness. 40 days around self-awareness and observation is really tying in with this fluidity coming in and allowing so much shift and change. And then the next part of the solid part, or what are you solidifying now? You want to be solidifying really great stuff for yourself, because this is then going to be carried on for how many more years? It's a new cycle. Hence the divine masculine, divine feminine readings coming in together right now, because there is that looking at each other. Where are they impacting each other? Where have they been shifting each other? I feel like I need another divine feminine card. There you go. Bringing an end to those things that we no longer need. Bringing an end to those things that we've been dawdling around. We've just kind of been saying we're going to start that new thing soon. We're going to do this soon. We're going to do that project soon, and we just don't do it. Why do we not do it? Why do we put ourselves on a lower rung or a lesser rung on the priority list? That's got to shift and change. That is about to shift and change. It's either going to be done with ease, or some things are not going to be so easily to do. So stars with the stars. Keep looking up to your higher potential, keep looking up to what do I need, what do I want. And if you're coming back with a blank, or you're coming back with I don't quite know what I need or want, keep asking the question, what did I used to want as a child? What did I used to want before this situation happened? What did I want before that? What did I want before this? Connecting with yourself. And it's about not being scared of asking that question, because there's sometimes we're asking that question and we haven't stepped we haven't stepped into a particular space or place because we've been fearful of, can I actually handle this? Can I actually do it? On some level, yes, it's fear of success. But on some level, it's fear of, can I actually sustain this? Can I maintain this? Or am I going to just flop? And it all just unraveling in before me. So that's kind of a fear of success, because of fear of possible failure too. So it's the double whammy. Queen of Swords being more clear about this, of like, you know what, if you don't give it a shot, if you don't give it a chance, you can guarantee your outcome. At least give it a try. Do it in a slow and steady way if you need to. But the death card right there is definitely indicating that there's certain things that you're ending the way you're seeing certain things in the past that were detrimental to you. You're ending certain observational patterns. You're ending certain things that you would have allowed yourself to tolerate, and now you're wanting to have better things come in place of it. So I'm going to keep saying it because it keeps coming up. The 40 days is really on target with this. So check out in the community spot. We are on day 6, but one hasn't gone up so far. Anyway, Queen of Pentacles. And again, it might be timing. It might be that they have to go up at a certain time. They're up, but they haven't gone up. I don't know what. They've got lost in cyberspace somewhere. Who knows? 10 of Swords with the Ace of Swords. This is a massive energy of, why have I been hurt in the past? Who actually hurt me in the past? Was I hurting myself? Was I allowing others to hurt me? Or was it simply that I was waiting for people to shift and change who they are, and in that process allow them to just keep hurting me? I had hopes that they would shift and change. I had hopes that understand their higher potential and then go into that. All these things are going to be quite painful to see. So this is more to do with where you've allowed yourself to be hurt by your own actions, by your own thoughts, by your own limitations and restrictions of self. This is going to come in about where you've had someone else come in and hurt you, or you've been a martyr on some level. And that's not to be rude, it's got such a weird connotation, that word now. But if you've been like, I'm doing this for everyone else and they're not doing anything for me, I'm doing this and sacrificing this, but yet I don't get anything in return, it doesn't even equate. You doing something and giving something with an expectation is not going to equate to a good outcome. So it's doing it from a place of not expectation of having something back, not having the expectation of them giving you something back or doing something, or even acknowledging you, or whatever it is. It's about you doing it because you're fulfilled, you're emotionally fulfilled. That's where the victory is coming in. That's where the higher value of self is coming in. And that's where the clarity of, right, this is where we're going next. Now this needs ending. Chop. Therefore, we've got more access to our abundance and prosperity. Now this thing needs to go in to be ended. Chop. Right, now we've got another victory and bringing some more good health, well-being and all that stuff. So it is a cycle. The judgment around this is quite lucid. It's quite interesting. I have a feeling this is going to come up quite a bit now in the next few days because of the way it's hovering and the way it feels like it's overseeing so many of the other energies. But I think for this reading, this one is the main point as well, of like discerning the difference between where you have done some things to hurt yourself and where you've done certain things in a certain way and allowed other people to hurt you, take advantage of you, take you for granted on so many different levels because your expectations were off, your expectations were inaccurate. And the more you have some humility around this and strength around this, the easier it's going to be to get around it, the easier it's going to be to get over those obstacles of not blaming others but taking responsibility and finding your wiggle out. And I said find your wiggle out because it feels like you've got to wriggle through it step by step, inch by inch, thought by thought. Join me on the 40 days. It really is proving to be quite a nice assessment of where we are at, and you can do whatever it is that's focused on in that day. You can kind of apply it to yourself. Maybe I'll actually put a question. I think I've been putting a question in, but maybe I'll just check and make sure there's a question that you can ask yourself at the end of the post, so that for the next 40 days, for the rest of the 40 days, you'll have something to question yourself about or around. So we've got the Six of Cups here. There are some things that are nostalgic coming up, but this isn't feeling like it's nostalgic in a sad way. It's really coming in as in like, as you're doing all the work, you're depleting and disposing of all of the negative energies. Something's coming up and it's going to re-sprout something. It's going to re-sprout and reignite your passion for certain projects, for certain things, for certain people, for certain patterns. There may be certain routines or certain hobbies that you had before that you've abandoned that you want to bring back into play, you want to bring back into your daily routine. This is the perfect opportunity to start letting it coming in. Bring it back in. If you have those resources and they're buried in the back of a cupboard or they're in the attic or the loft or the basement or wherever you are, or in the spare bedroom or the office in the back of the bottom drawer, something like that, pull it out. Have a look at it. See if you still resonate with it. If you do resonate with it, you're winning. If you're not resonating with it anymore, you can always put it back away. But if you're sitting on a gold mine of something that's going to actually feed your mind, body and soul, and you haven't accessed it again, you're going to lose out. Go and just reconnect to see how you feel about it. So for now, I'm going to draw this to a close. And I haven't done the tuning forks again because there's so many intense energies going through right now. And like I said, there is a playlist of the tuning forks, so you can actually go to those and do yourself the graciousness of having a minute or 2 minutes, or you can press play all at the top of the playlist and it will go through all of them in order. So I've uploaded them specifically in that order for you to be able to utilise the whole playlist too. And like I said, in time there will be more being added to that. So if you enjoy these or you enjoy them, subscribe, hit the bell, and see you again soon. For now, peace and love.